Hi, it's Hayden here for Play Music Magazine, and in today's video we're taking a look at the Guitar-Tech Classic Distortion and Analog Delay. Guitar-Tech is a fairly new brand, and these pedals do occupy the lower end of the price spectrum when it comes to guitar effects. However, don't let the price fool you. We're going to start off by looking at the Classic Distortion, but before we do, I should tell you that we're going to be using a PV Wolfgang for this review and our Fender Hot Rod Deluxe amplifier. Here's our dry tone. Okay, let's start with the Classic Distortion. The pedal is supposed to emulate that overdrive pedal into an overdriven amp kind of tone. You'll notice you have a level control, a gain control, high and low controls, as well as the on-off switch. And it's worth mentioning actually that these Guitar-Tech pedals are true bypass, which is very nice. Okay, so we have a dry tone that we heard before. Let's bring in the Classic Distortion with the gain around the 1.5 point. Now, as you can hear, it definitely is a distortion pedal rather than an overdrive pedal. One thing we do like is the amount of gain on tap that I'll be showing you shortly, but also this high and low EQ feature, meaning you really can dial in that little bit extra or less. On the downside, the pedal can perhaps be a little bit toppy, so we do have the high set to around 9 o'clock with the lows around 10 o'clock. Let's bring the gain in here. Let's take it up to about number 4. Now, whereas many classic distortion units would start to tail off the gain around there, you can tell that we have quite a bit more on tap. So let's take a listen to what happens if we take the gain all the way up to around number 7. Again, there's actually quite a lot of gain there, but it retains its articulation and doesn't really flub out on the low end. If we absolutely max the gain and bring in some more lows, you can get an even more brutal tone. Okay, let's move over to the Guitar-Tech Analog Delay. The Analog Delay unit offers everything from a really quick 1950 style slapback delay through to 440 milliseconds of delay. However, it is worth pointing out before we start that this is not a digital delay. It does not offer endless crystalline clean repeats. They do degrade. It is an analog unit, and so it does affect your tone. However, it does affect your tone in a remarkably positive way. It brings a certain warmth to proceedings that's really rather nice. Because of that, we tend to run it in the front end of our amplifier, though you might obviously prefer the effects loop. Let's start off with the slapback delay sounds. First of all, let's play a lick with our clean sound. And now bring in that slapback delay. When you run the slapback delay, it adds a nice edge to the tone and does give that really classic vibe. Now let's go to the other extreme and check out some longer delays. For this one, we've taken the time control around to about 9 o'clock, so we're getting close to 3/4 of the delay time. The repeat's about halfway, and the mix up to around 3 o'clock-ish, and that will result in something a little familiar. Now what we particularly like here is how these pedals do work together. So what we're going to do is set the delay pedal up for that really quick slapback tone and have our overdrive pedal set around the halfway point. So if I just take the delay out, here's the overdrive on its own. And now let's bring in that fast slapback delay. You can also set it so it just warms up your overdrive tone a little. We'll take the time to around that point, bring the mix right down, and the repeats just off the stop there. Obviously we don't have enough time in this video to cover every sound permutation from these two pedals, but we do hope this gave you a taste of what these remarkably low price pedals are capable of. Indeed, they're great if you're on a budget and want to expand your tonal palette, but they're equally great if you're just like the rest of us and you buy as many pedals as humanly possible. They're a lot of fun, they're a great price. I can't think of a good reason not to add them to your pedal board. Okay, that's about all we've got time for here. Please make sure you visit our website, which is www.playmusicpickup.co.uk. On there you can find more videos, interviews, digital copies of the magazine, our archives, and you can win shiny things. So pop over, say hello, remember to subscribe or friend us or whatever it is you wish to do on here, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.